I want to be the best. Today's fighters, they have been taught that that's not the way to do it nowadays. Nowadays, go for the bag.
Got lucky because the only fight for Tank outside of after Lamont Roach was Shakur Stevenson.
Facts.
Right? Now they've got another opponent that will do well at the gate because of the controversy.
Yep.
And it ain't Shakur Stevenson. I keep telling people Shakur Stevenson beats Tank.
At an article, when we look at all the great fighters that's been, I wouldn't say disrespected, but they was going through that. Oh, he ain't fight this, he ain't do this. All of them go through that. That's part of the boxing game. Stay strong, youngin', you know.
Roy Jones Jr. didn't hold back when addressing Gervonta Davis. He challenged Davis to take on Shakur Stevenson instead of Jake Paul, arguing that true greatness comes from facing real competition, not chasing easy paydays. Roy pointed out that many fighters today seem more interested in money than in building a lasting legacy or making history in the sport. He explained that Davis may have picked up this mindset from his mentor, Floyd Mayweather, choosing financially safe fights rather than riskier ones that could define his career. Roy made it clear that this trend reflects a larger shift in boxing, where passion, pride, and the hunger to prove yourself have been replaced by business deals and profit-driven decisions. To him, it's not just about who wins, it's about what kind of legacy you're leaving behind.
The same thing, so why can't he do it? You know what I'm saying? He made more money than anybody. He was smarter than everybody. He didn't take too many stupid risks. That's what he did, and it worked for him. And people okay with that and accepting it, so why can't Tank do it? Tank can do the same thing the mentor did. That's what the mentor is for, to teach you how to do this thing the smart way and not get you hurt, not have to take no risks, not to take many chances. So if that's what you learn, if that's the easy way out, why not do that?
Most of the boxing community agrees that a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis is the kind of matchup that truly represents the heart of the sport. Both men are elite athletes, highly skilled, battle-tested, and respected for what they've accomplished in the ring. That's why fans see their potential clash as a real test of greatness, unlike Davis's proposed fight with Jake Paul, who is still viewed more as an entertainer-turned-boxer than a genuine contender. Fans want to see real fighters take on real challenges, not events built mainly for headlines and money. Shakur and Tank have each earned their reputations through years of discipline, training, and dominance. A fight between them wouldn't just create excitement. It would answer a long-standing question about who truly stands as the most complete fighter of this generation. For many, this is the kind of bout boxing needs. One that values legacy, skill, and pride over social media attention or quick paydays. It's not just another fight. It's the matchup that reminds everyone why they fell in love with boxing in the first place.
If we can get Shakur to have 2 belts, we have Tank to get a couple of the belts, and you have a undisputed fight for those two in Las Vegas, in America, between 2 American guys getting undisputed championship of the world, that would be a mega fight. And we're talking about 2 guys that you have the most dominant, persistent, powerful guy, pound for pound powerful guy, I should say, in Tank, who also is very good defensively, but then you're fighting the best defensive fighter in the entire world, in my opinion. That is a fight I would love to see happen. I would be a big fan of, but I think if we could let that kind of fester and develop for a little bit, and we get that fight, summertime next year, fall of next year, where this is an undisputed fight, I think that's the fight we would love to see have happen. I would be all for that, and I think it's realistic. Like I said, I don't think Tank's losing to anybody except for possibly Shakur, and I don't think Shakur's losing to anybody except for possibly Tank.
Roy Jones Jr., one of the most respected figures in boxing, spoke candidly about Jake Paul's career, saying that he doesn't believe Jake will ever become a true world champion. His words weren't filled with criticism, but with the perspective of someone who understands exactly what it takes to reach the top of the sport. Jones explained that boxing greatness requires far more than training videos and publicity. It demands years of experience, deep technical knowledge, and the mental toughness to survive the toughest battles inside the ring. That he acknowledged that Jake Paul has improved and deserves credit for bringing new attention to boxing, but emphasized that real champions earn their status by taking on the best, not by choosing safer opponents or building fame outside the ring. According to Jones, greatness in boxing is forged through struggle, discipline, and risk, the kind of challenges that define a fighter's heart and skill. His comments came as a reminder of how much the meaning of the sport has shifted, contrasting the hard-earned legacy of past legends with the more commercial path many modern names now follow.
Will Jake Paul become a world champion?
No.
Why?
I think if they make him fight tough opponents, guys with experience, those guys will beat him. Now, if you catch somebody like myself at the end of their career, or somebody like Tyson, he caught at the end of their career, the chances are much higher. Because now it becomes more of a 50-50. You got a guy who's better than him, but the age factor. You understand me? And that's the only way to balance it for him to make it a 50-50 fight. Somebody who's on his level at the same age, those guys have too much experience. You understand me? So he's not going to beat those guys. But you find a guy who is past his prime, who has a mentality further than his, but past their prime, it kind of evens the stakes.
Tim Bradley weighed in on the ongoing talk surrounding a potential fight between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta, Tank Davis, making it clear that he doesn't think Shakur truly needs that matchup. In Bradley's view, if Shakur believes Tank hasn't faced real competition or accomplished anything extraordinary, then chasing him doesn't align with that belief. He suggested that Shakur's interest in the fight isn't about legacy or proving superiority. It's about the spotlight and financial draw that comes with Tank's name. Bradley explained that Tank brings the kind of attention and pay-per-view appeal that few fighters can match, and that's what makes the matchup tempting for Shakur. But he warned, this reflects a deeper issue in modern boxing. Fighters prioritizing fame and money over genuine competition, while Shakur might still see Tank as a worthy challenge because of his power and influence. Bradley argued that the true measure of a champion lies in seeking legacy, not just what sells. His comments were a sharp reminder that boxing's greatest moments have always come from fighters chasing glory, not the biggest payday.
Elite fighters, so on and so forth. So, with that being said, why even want to entertain a fight with Tank Davis? I mean, how much credit are you going to really get, Shakur, besides the money, right? That's what Tank brings. He brings interest. He brings a lot of fans in the seats, you know. But as far as legacy goes, if people are holding Tank at a very low status, what, do you need him? Do you really need him? How you doing, man? Good morning. Do you really need him? Because I personally don't think that you need him, you know. Shakur, you should be here to create your own legacy, you know. You're about the competition. You are about that bread as well. And I think it's important for you to really look at the landscape, man, of boxing and see where your big money fights are, you know, besides Tank Davis. As you know, you hear through the grapevine, I think he even told you on X that, you know, he's contemplating retirement after his Jake Paul fight. You know, you're getting ready, hopefully, if Teofimo Lopez signs the contract, Shakur, to be fighting Teofimo Lopez, who has accomplished quite a bit in the sport, man, and has been in the ring with some legends, Josh Taylor, also Lomachenko. I think that type of fight makes sense. You know, going up to 140 pounds, getting another strap, you know, beating the quote-unquote the Ring Magazine champion, or considered the best #1 fighter at 140 pounds.
Tim Bradley broke it down in plain terms. If Shakur Stevenson truly believes Gervonta, Tank Davis hasn't fought elite competition or earned a top-tier legacy, then what's the point of chasing him? Sure, Tank brings the money, the attention, and packed arenas, but if fans and analysts don't hold him in high regard, what does beating him really prove? Bradley questioned whether Shakur actually needs that fight at all. He emphasized that Shakur should focus on building his own legacy, not feeding into the hype surrounding Tank. According to Bradley, Shakur is about skill, competition, and yes, getting paid, but legacy must come first. He advised Shakur to look at the broader boxing landscape, especially since Tank has hinted at retiring after the Jake Paul bout. Instead, Bradley pointed to Teofimo Lopez as the fight that truly makes sense, a proven champion who's faced names like Josh Taylor and Vasyl Lomachenko. Moving up to 140 pounds and defeating the Ring Magazine champion, Bradley said, would elevate Shakur's career in a way that money fights alone never could.
I think it's ridiculous. Jake Paul's taking the piss.
like he always does. Just from saying I'm going to fight AJ tonight, he's fighting Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
He's 100 pounds in weight lighter. 100 pounds. Weight divisions in boxing are split up, some of them, the lower weights, by 3 or 4 pounds. All I can say about Jake Paul fighting somebody half his size is he's a bully. Why are you fighting a guy half his size? It's wrong.
Yeah.
He's gone from Krusty the Clown now to Sideshow Bob. He's getting worse. You know what I mean? Like, this is a guy that's just taking a piss out of the sport, and I don't think this is actually gained much interest. The press conference was dead.
Yeah,
I noticed there weren't many press there. It's not had a big media coverage.
Yeah.
I think people are finally realising, actually, that this is a big charade. And yeah, I think I'm not impressed. Gervonta Davis, I think maybe he's had enough of the game. He got a draw in his last fight. He was lucky to get the draw as well. But yeah, the whole thing again, it's a clown show. And Jake Paul's important.
Carl Froch didn't mince words when addressing Jake Paul's upcoming fight with Gervonta Davis. He flat out called Jake a bully, criticizing him for picking a much smaller opponent just to look dominant. Froch pointed out that Jake's natural size and weight advantage distort the matchup, making it more of a spectacle than a true test of boxing skill. To him, this isn't a fair fight. It's a marketing move dressed up as competition. He argued that real boxing is built on equal skill, courage, and respect for the craft, not on exploiting physical mismatches for attention. Froch's frustration echoed that of many boxing purists who see this kind of fight as a symptom of what's gone wrong in modern boxing, where hype and clicks often overshadow authenticity and honor in the ring.
One more question before I go. Why not fight Tank at 135?
Tank ain't gonna fight him, man. He not gonna fight him.
You gotta realize with Tank, he on that other side where he's going, act
Take
like
all
he
the
on
cupcakes.
side.
Alex, say it.
Man, I'm quite sure Tank can fight you here.
So you saying he don't want to put that record up?
Look,
chance that record.
Shady,
Hey,
I know Tank.
It is, man.
I know Tank, Shady.
I know Tank too.
Let him talk. Go ahead.
Hey,
Tell him.
I know Tank too, and I know for a fact at the end of the day, like, he is not jumping into no fight with me. Like, that's a whole different type of atmosphere. That's not like fighting. I'm saying.
So basically, you telling me Tank's scared?
I ain't gonna say the man scared. I'm just saying for a fact.
So what
I
you
know
saying?
he not jumping in the ring with me.
Shakur Stevenson didn't hold back when he claimed that Gervonta, Tank Davis, would never step into the ring with him. His words carried confidence, not arrogance, a fighter's calm certainty in his own skill. Shakur believes Tank and his team fully understand the danger he presents. Elite defense, sharp timing, and a level of ring IQ that neutralizes aggression. For a knockout artist like Tank, that kind of opponent is a nightmare. Be why making this statement. Shakur wasn't just calling for a fight. He was questioning Tank's courage. The comment served as a calculated psychological move,